Welcome to Wisdom Audiobooks. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve success effortlessly while others struggle despite working hard? What sets them apart isn't just talent or luck, it's their habits. Habits are the invisible forces that shape our lives, and today, we're going to uncover the timeless principles that successful people use to transform their lives. This audiobook is your guide to unlocking your full potential and achieving lasting success. Introduction. The audiobook The 7 Most Important Habits of Successful People is written and published by Wisdom Audiobooks. It's a journey designed to help you build empowering habits, overcome obstacles, and create a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. We all face challenges, feeling overwhelmed, lacking direction, or struggling to balance work and life. These struggles often stem from poor habits and a lack of clarity about what truly matters. Many of us spend our days reacting to circumstances instead of taking control. We set goals but lose focus along the way. We want better relationships but don't know how to communicate effectively. And we dream of success but feel stuck in routines that hold us back. Let me tell you something, you're not alone in this journey. I've been there too, feeling lost, frustrated, and unsure about how to move forward. That's why I created this audiobook. I want to share with you the tools and strategies that have helped countless individuals, including myself, transform their lives. In the next hour, you'll discover practical insights and actionable steps to build habits that lead to success. You'll learn how to take responsibility for your life, define your vision, prioritize what matters, and foster meaningful relationships. By the end of this audiobook, you'll have a clear roadmap to achieve your goals and live a life of purpose. As Zig Ziglar once said, "Success is not measured by what you accomplish, but by the opposition you have encountered and the courage with which you have maintained the struggle against overwhelming odds." This audiobook is here to give you that courage and clarity. Your wisdom journey starts here. Chapter 1, Habit 1, Be Proactive. Welcome to the first habit of successful people, be proactive. This is the foundation of personal effectiveness and the key to taking control of your life. Being proactive means recognizing that you have the power to choose how you respond to any situation, no matter how challenging it may be. It's about focusing on what you can influence rather than wasting energy on things beyond your control. In this chapter, we'll explore what it truly means to be proactive, why it's so powerful, and how you can cultivate this habit in your daily life. By the end of this section, you'll have practical tools to shift from reactive thinking to proactive action. As Stephen Covey, the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, once said, "We are responsible for our own effectiveness, for our own happiness, and ultimately for most of our circumstances." Let's dive into how you can take responsibility for your life and create the change you desire. 1. Understanding proactivity. To understand proactivity, let's start with a simple question. When something goes wrong, do you blame external circumstances, or do you take ownership of the situation? Reactive people often say things like, "I can't help it, that's just how I am. It's not my fault, they made me do it. There's nothing I can do about it." Proactive people, on the other hand, focus on what they can control. They recognize that while they can't always control what happens to them, they can always control how they respond. Let me share an example. Imagine 2 people stuck in traffic on their way to an important meeting. One person becomes frustrated, honks the horn, and complains about the delay. The other person takes a deep breath, uses the time to mentally prepare for the meeting, or even listens to an audiobook like this one. Both are in the same situation, but their responses are vastly different. Proactivity is about choosing your response consciously, instead of letting emotions or external factors dictate your actions. It's a mindset shift, one that empowers you to take charge of your life. As Viktor Frankl, Holocaust survivor and author of Man's Search for Meaning, famously said, "Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space lies our freedom to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." This is the essence of being proactive. 2. Practical steps to cultivate proactivity. Now that we've defined what proactivity is, let's talk about how you can develop this habit in your daily life. Here are 3 actionable strategies to help you become more proactive. Step 1. Identify areas where you've been reactive. The first step to becoming proactive is awareness. Take a moment to reflect on areas of your life where you've been reactive. Ask yourself, do I often blame others when things go wrong? Do I complain about situations without taking action to improve them? Am I waiting for someone else to solve my problems? For example, if you've been unhappy at work, ask yourself, have I taken steps to improve my skills or explore new opportunities? Or have I simply complained about my boss or colleagues? Identifying these patterns is the first step toward breaking them. Step 2. Focus on your circle of influence. Stephen Covey introduced the concept of the circle of concern and the circle of influence. The circle of concern includes everything you care about, things like global issues, office politics, or family problems. The circle of influence, however, is smaller and consists of things you can actually control. Proactive people focus on their circle of influence. Instead of worrying about things outside their control, they channel their energy into what they can change. For instance, if you're concerned about climate change, instead of feeling overwhelmed by the scale of the problem, you could focus on reducing waste in your own home or advocating for sustainable practices in your community. Ask yourself, what small, actionable steps can I take today to expand my circle of influence? Step 3. Use affirmations and visualization. Affirmations and visualization are powerful tools to reinforce a proactive mindset. Start each day by affirming your ability to take control of your life. For example, repeat phrases like, I am in charge of my thoughts and actions. I choose how I respond to challenges. I focus on what I can control. Visualization is equally important. Spend a few minutes each morning imagining yourself handling difficult situations with calmness and confidence. Picture yourself making decisions that align with your values and goals. As Tony Robbins, motivational speaker and author, once said, the only thing that's keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself. Change your story, and you'll change your life. 3. Real-life stories of success through proactivity. Let's take a moment to dive into a real-life story that illustrates the transformative power of proactivity. This is the inspiring journey of Nick Vujicic, a man who turned his life around despite facing immense challenges. Nick was born without arms and legs, a condition that could have easily led him to feel defeated and powerless. As a child, he struggled with feelings of isolation and despair. However, at the age of 17, Nick made a conscious decision to take control of his circumstances. He began speaking publicly about his experiences, sharing messages of hope and resilience. Instead of focusing on what he lacked, Nick chose to focus on what he could do. He traveled the world, inspiring millions with his story and teaching others how to overcome adversity. Today, Nick is a best-selling author, motivational speaker, and advocate for living a purposeful life. What can we learn from Nick's story? It's simple. No matter how difficult your situation may seem, you always have the power to choose your response. By being proactive, Nick transformed his life and became a beacon of inspiration for others. As Helen Keller once said, although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it. Nick's story is a perfect example of this truth. 4. The ripple effect of being proactive. Being proactive doesn't just benefit you, it has a ripple effect on those around you. When you take responsibility for your actions and decisions, you inspire others to do the same. Let me share another example to illustrate this point. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to work with a young professional named Sarah. She was struggling in her career, feeling stuck in a role that didn't challenge or fulfill her. Instead of waiting for her manager to notice her potential, Sarah decided to take matters into her own hands. She started by identifying areas where she could add value to her team. She volunteered for projects outside her usual responsibilities, sought feedback from colleagues, and invested time in learning new skills. Over time, her efforts paid off. Not only did she earn a promotion, but she also inspired her teammates to adopt a similar mindset of initiative and accountability. Sarah's story reminds us that proactivity isn't just about personal growth, it's about creating positive change in your environment. When you lead by example, you become a catalyst for transformation. 5. Common obstacles to proactivity and how to overcome them. While the concept of proactivity is straightforward, putting it into practice can be challenging. Let's explore some common obstacles and how you can overcome them. Obstacle 1. Fear of failure. Many people avoid taking action because they're afraid of making mistakes. But here's the truth: failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the process. To overcome this fear, reframe failure as a learning opportunity. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen if I try? More often than not, the risks are smaller than they seem. As Thomas Edison famously said after countless failed attempts to invent the light bulb, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Adopt this mindset, and you'll find the courage to take bold steps. Obstacle 2. Lack of clarity. Sometimes we hesitate to act because we're unsure of what to do next. In these moments, remember that clarity comes from action, not the other way around. Start small, experiment, and adjust as you go. For example, if you're unsure about switching careers, begin by researching potential fields, networking with professionals, or taking online courses. Each step will bring you closer to clarity. Obstacle 3. Negative influences. The people around you can either support or hinder your journey toward proactivity. Surround yourself with individuals who encourage growth and positivity. If certain relationships drain your energy or reinforce reactive behavior, it may be time to set boundaries or distance yourself. As Jim Rohn, motivational speaker and author, wisely said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Choose your circle carefully. 6. Action plan: how to start being proactive today. Now that we've explored the principles of proactivity, let's create a practical action plan to help you get started. 1. Start your day with intention. Begin each morning by setting an intention. Ask yourself, what can I control today? Write down one specific action you'll take to move closer to your goals. 2. Practice self-awareness. Throughout the day, pause and reflect on your responses to challenges. Are you reacting impulsively, or are you choosing your actions consciously? Journaling can be a helpful tool for building this awareness. 3. Focus on solutions, not problems. When faced with a challenge, shift your mindset from, "Why is this happening?" to, "What can I do about it?" This simple reframing can make a world of difference. 4. Celebrate small wins. Building a new habit takes time. Celebrate every small victory along the way, whether it's speaking up in a meeting, completing a task ahead of schedule, or simply staying calm in a stressful situation. 5. Commit to lifelong learning. Proactivity thrives on growth. Read books, listen to podcasts, or attend workshops to expand your knowledge and skills. The more tools you have, the better equipped you'll be to tackle challenges. Remember, proactivity is not about perfection, it's about progress. Start small, stay consistent, and trust the process. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The future depends on what you do today." Every choice you make shapes the trajectory of your life. By embracing proactivity, you're not just changing your habits, you're transforming your destiny. In the next chapter, we'll explore habit 2, begin with the end in mind. You'll learn how to define your vision and align your daily actions with your long-term goals. Until then, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned today and commit to putting it into practice. Your journey to success continues, one proactive step at a time. Chapter 2, Habit 2, Begin with the end in mind. Welcome to Habit 2, Begin with the end in mind. This habit is all about vision, having a clear sense of purpose and direction for your life. It's the foundation that helps you make decisions aligned with your long-term goals, rather than getting lost in the chaos of daily distractions. In this chapter, we'll explore why having a vision is so powerful, how to create a personal mission statement, and practical steps to ensure your actions reflect your deepest values. By the time you finish this section, you'll have the tools to design a life that truly matters to you. As Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, the author of The Little Prince, once said, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." Let's turn your wishes into a vision, and your vision into reality. 1. The importance of vision. Why is vision so critical? Without a clear destination, it's easy to wander aimlessly, reacting to whatever comes your way. A strong vision acts as your compass, guiding you through challenges and helping you stay focused on what truly matters. Think of your life as a ship sailing across the ocean. If you don't set a course, you'll drift wherever the winds take you. But if you have a destination in mind, every decision, every adjustment of the sails, brings you closer to your goal. Let me share an example. Imagine two students preparing for their careers. One has no clear idea of what they want to achieve. They take random courses, switch majors frequently, and feel frustrated by the lack of progress. The other student begins with the end in mind. They envision themselves as a doctor, lawyer, or entrepreneur, and every step they take, choosing classes, seeking internships, building skills, is aligned with that vision. Who do you think will reach their goal faster? Vision gives you clarity, motivation, and resilience. It helps you answer the question, what kind of life do I want to create? As Oprah Winfrey once said, create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life, because you become what you believe. Your vision is the blueprint for your future success. 2. Creating a personal mission statement. One of the most powerful tools for living with purpose is a personal mission statement. This is a written declaration of your core values, goals, and the impact you want to have on the world. It serves as a reminder of who you are and what you stand for, especially during challenging times. Step 1. Reflect on your values. To create your mission statement, start by identifying your core values. Ask yourself, what principles guide my decisions? What qualities do I admire in others, and how can I embody them? What legacy do I want to leave behind? For example, your values might include integrity, kindness, creativity, or perseverance. Write them down. You'll use these as the foundation of your mission statement. Step 2. Define your roles. Next, think about the different roles you play in life. Are you a parent, a professional, a friend, a community member? For each role, define what success looks like. For instance, as a parent, your goal might be to raise confident, compassionate children. As a professional, you might aim to innovate and inspire others in your field. Step 3. Craft your statement. Now, combine your values and roles into a concise, inspiring statement. Here's an example. I strive to live with integrity and compassion, nurturing meaningful relationships, pursuing excellence in my work, and contributing positively to my community. Your mission statement doesn't have to be perfect. It's a living document that evolves as you grow. The key is to make it authentic and reflective of your true self. As Jim Collins, author of Good to Great, said, greatness comes not from the absence of failure but from the presence of purpose. Your mission statement is your anchor to that purpose. 3. Real-life example of vision-driven success. To truly understand the power of beginning with the end in mind, let's explore a real-life story that illustrates how vision can transform lives. This is the inspiring journey of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. Before she became one of the most successful authors in history, J.K. Rowling faced immense challenges. She was a single mother living on welfare, struggling to make ends meet. Yet, despite her circumstances, she had a clear vision of what she wanted to achieve: to write a novel that would captivate readers and bring magic into their lives. Rowling didn't allow her current situation to define her future. Instead, she focused on her goal, writing whenever she could, often late at night after her daughter had gone to sleep. Her vision kept her motivated, even when publishers rejected her manuscript multiple times. Eventually, her persistence paid off. The Harry Potter series went on to become a global phenomenon, touching millions of lives and earning her a place among the world's most influential writers. What can we learn from J.K. Rowling's story? It's simple. A clear vision gives you the strength to persevere, even when the odds are against you. By starting with the end in mind, Rowling turned her dream into reality. As she once said, "It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities." Your vision is your choice, a declaration of the life you want to build. 4. Aligning daily actions with your vision. Having a vision is powerful, but it's only the first step. To turn your vision into reality, you must align your daily actions with your long-term goals. Here are 3 strategies to help you stay on track. Strategy 1. Set SMART goals. Break your vision down into smaller, actionable goals using the SMART framework: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, if your vision is to become a published author, your SMART goal might be: write 500 words every day for the next 6 months to complete my first draft. By setting clear milestones, you create a roadmap that bridges the gap between your dreams and your daily actions. Strategy 2. Practice visualization. Visualization is a powerful tool for reinforcing your vision. Spend a few minutes each day imagining yourself achieving your goals. Picture the emotions, the environment, and the impact of your success. For instance, if your vision is to start a business, visualize yourself running a thriving company, serving happy customers, and achieving financial independence. This mental rehearsal not only boosts motivation but also primes your brain to recognize opportunities that align with your goals. As Napoleon Hill, author of Think and Grow Rich, famously said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Use visualization to program your mind for success. Strategy 3. Review and reflect regularly. Life is dynamic, and your vision may evolve over time. That's why it's essential to review your mission statement and goals regularly. Ask yourself, am I taking consistent action toward my vision? Are my daily habits aligned with my long-term goals? What adjustments do I need to make to stay on course? Reflection helps you stay accountable and ensures that your actions remain purposeful. 5. Overcoming common challenges and building a vision. While creating a vision is transformative, it's not always easy. Let's address some common challenges and how to overcome them. Challenge 1. Lack of clarity. Many people struggle to define their vision because they're unsure of what they truly want. If this resonates with you, start by exploring your passions and strengths. Ask yourself, what activities make me lose track of time? What impact do I want to have on others? What would my ideal day look like? Don't worry about perfection. Your vision will become clearer as you take action. Challenge 2. Fear of commitment. Committing to a vision can feel daunting, especially if it requires significant change. To overcome this fear, break your vision into small, manageable steps. Focus on progress, not perfection. Remember the words of Nelson Mandela. It always seems impossible until it's done. Trust the process, and celebrate every milestone along the way. Challenge 3. Distractions and procrastination. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere. To stay focused, eliminate unnecessary noise and prioritize tasks that align with your vision. Use tools like to-do lists, time blocking, or productivity apps to keep yourself accountable. As Steve Jobs once said, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work." Protect your time and energy for what truly matters. 6. Action plan. How to start living with purpose today. Now that you understand the importance of beginning with the end in mind, here's a practical action plan to help you integrate this habit into your life. 1. Define your vision. Take time to reflect on your long-term goals. Write down your vision in detail. What does success look like for you? 2. Create your mission statement. Draft a personal mission statement that reflects your values, roles, and aspirations. Keep it somewhere visible, like your journal or phone, so you can revisit it often. 3. Set weekly goals. Break your vision into weekly objectives. Each week, identify 2 to 3 key actions you'll take to move closer to your goals. 4. Visualize daily. Spend 5 minutes each morning visualizing your success. Imagine yourself living the life you've envisioned, and feel the emotions associated with achieving your goals. 5. Review monthly progress. At the end of each month, assess your progress. Celebrate your wins, learn from setbacks, and adjust your plan as needed. Remember, beginning with the end in mind is about more than just setting goals. It's about designing a life that aligns with your deepest values and aspirations. As Stephen Covey wisely said, "All things are created twice. There's a mental or first creation, and a physical or second creation." Your vision is the blueprint for your second creation, the life you were meant to live. The journey to success continues, one intentional step at a time. Chapter 3, Habit 3, Put First Things First. In this chapter, we'll explore how to distinguish between what's urgent and what's important, how to focus on high-impact activities, and how to eliminate distractions that derail your progress. By the end of this section, you'll have actionable strategies to ensure you're spending your time on what truly matters. As Brian Tracy, author of Eat That Frog, once said, "Your ability to prioritize and focus on the most important tasks is the key to your success." Let's dive into how you can prioritize effectively and take control of your time. 1. The Eisenhower Matrix Explained. One of the most powerful tools for prioritization is the Eisenhower Matrix. Named after President Dwight D. Eisenhower, this framework helps you categorize tasks based on their urgency and importance. Here's how it works. Quadrant 1, Urgent and Important. These are tasks that require immediate attention and have significant consequences if not completed. Examples include deadlines, crises, or pressing problems. While these tasks are unavoidable, spending too much time here can lead to stress and burnout. Quadrant 2, Not Urgent but Important. These are tasks that contribute to long-term goals and personal growth. Examples include planning, relationship building, exercise, and learning new skills. This quadrant is where you want to spend most of your time. It's the foundation of productivity and fulfillment. Quadrant 3, Urgent but Not Important. These tasks demand your attention but don't add meaningful value to your life. Examples include interruptions, unnecessary meetings, or other people's priorities. Learn to delegate or minimize time spent here. Quadrant 4, Not Urgent and Not Important. These are time-wasting activities that offer little to no benefit. Examples include mindless scrolling on social media, binge-watching TV, or engaging in trivial conversations. Eliminate these as much as possible. The key takeaway? Focus on Quadrant 2, activities that are important but not urgent. These tasks prevent crises, Quadrant 1, from arising and help you live a proactive, purpose-driven life. As Stephen Covey explained, what is important is seldom urgent, and what is urgent is seldom important. Let this principle guide your daily decisions. 2. Practical tips for prioritization. Now that you understand the Eisenhower Matrix, let's explore practical strategies to prioritize effectively and manage your time wisely. Tip 1. Start with your big rocks. Imagine your day as a jar. If you fill it with sand, small, unimportant tasks, there won't be room for rocks, high-impact activities. But if you start with the big rocks, the sand will naturally fill the gaps around them. Identify your big rocks, each day, tasks that align with your vision and values. Tackle these first thing in the morning when your energy and focus are at their peak. For example, if your goal is to write a book, dedicate your mornings to writing before checking emails or attending meetings. Tip 2. Use time blocking. Time blocking is a technique where you schedule specific blocks of time for different activities throughout your day. Instead of working reactively, you create a structured plan that ensures you're focusing on what matters most. For instance, block 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for deep work, 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. for meetings, and 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. for strategic planning. Stick to your schedule as closely as possible, and avoid multitasking. It reduces efficiency and increases stress. Tip 3. Learn to say no. One of the biggest challenges in prioritization is saying no to tasks that don't align with your goals. Many people fall into the trap of overcommitting because they fear disappointing others or missing out on opportunities. To overcome this, ask yourself, does this task align with my vision and values? Will it bring me closer to my long-term goals? If the answer is no, politely decline or delegate the task. Remember, every yes to something unimportant is a no to something meaningful. As Warren Buffett famously said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Protect your time fiercely. 3. Real-life example of effective prioritization. To truly understand the power of prioritization, Let's explore a real-life story that demonstrates how focusing on what matters can lead to extraordinary success. This is the inspiring journey of Elon Musk, one of the most influential entrepreneurs of our time. Elon Musk is known for his ability to juggle multiple high-stakes ventures simultaneously: Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and more. How does he manage to achieve so much in such a short amount of time? The secret lies in his relentless focus on prioritizing high-impact activities. Musk uses a technique called timeboxing, where he allocates specific blocks of time to each task and sticks to them rigorously. For example, he spends Monday and Tuesday at SpaceX, Wednesday and Thursday at Tesla, and reserves Fridays for strategic planning and problem-solving across all his companies. By structuring his week this way, he ensures that he's always working on the most critical tasks that drive his vision forward. But Musk's approach isn't just about time management, it's also about saying no to distractions. Despite being one of the wealthiest individuals in the world, Musk avoids indulging in activities that don't contribute to his goals. He famously doesn't own a vacation home or spend time on luxury hobbies. Instead, he channels all his energy into solving humanity's biggest challenges, from sustainable energy to space exploration. What can we learn from Elon Musk's story? It's simple: success doesn't come from doing more, it comes from doing what matters most. By prioritizing effectively, Musk has transformed industries and reshaped the future. As he once said, "Focus on signal over noise. Don't waste time on stuff that doesn't actually make things better." Let this principle guide your daily decisions. 4. Techniques to avoid distractions. In today's hyper-connected world, distractions are everywhere. To stay focused on your priorities, you need strategies to eliminate or minimize interruptions. Here are 3 proven techniques to help you stay on track. Technique 1. Turn off notifications. Smartphones and social media are among the biggest culprits when it comes to distractions. To reclaim your focus, turn off non-essential notifications during your work hours. Better yet, put your phone on airplane mode or leave it in another room while you're tackling high-priority tasks. Research shows that it takes an average of 23 minutes to refocus after a single interruption. By silencing distractions, you'll protect your productivity and mental clarity. Technique 2. Use the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is a time management method that involves working in focused intervals, typically 25 minutes, followed by short breaks. After 4 cycles, take a longer break, 15 to 30 minutes. This approach helps you maintain focus while preventing burnout. Plus, knowing that a break is just around the corner makes it easier to resist distractions. Technique 3. Create a dedicated workspace. Your environment plays a crucial role in your ability to concentrate. If possible, designate a quiet, clutter-free space for deep work. Remove anything that might tempt you to procrastinate, whether it's your phone, TV, or unnecessary items on your desk. If you work from home, establish boundaries with family members or roommates to ensure uninterrupted focus during your productive hours. As Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, explains, to produce at your peak level, you need to work for extended periods with full concentration on a single task free from distraction. Design your environment to support this kind of focus. 5. Overcoming common challenges and prioritization. While prioritization is essential, it's not always easy. Let's address some common challenges and how to overcome them. Challenge 1. Feeling overwhelmed. When your to-do list feels endless, it's tempting to tackle low-priority tasks just to feel productive. To avoid this trap, use the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Identify the 20% of tasks that will yield the greatest impact and focus on those first. Challenge 2. Procrastination. Procrastination often stems from fear of failure or perfectionism. To combat this, break large tasks into smaller, manageable steps. For example, instead of write a report, start with outline the key points. Completing these small wins builds momentum and reduces anxiety. Challenge 3. Lack of accountability. Without accountability, it's easy to lose sight of your priorities. Share your goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or coach who can hold you accountable. Alternatively, use tools like habit trackers or productivity apps to monitor your progress. As Zig Ziglar once said, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great." Take action, no matter how small, and watch your momentum grow. 6. Action Plan: How to master prioritization today. Now that you understand the principles of prioritization, here's a practical action plan to help you integrate this habit into your life. 1. Start each day with clarity. Before diving into work, identify your top 1 to 3 priorities for the day. Ask yourself, what tasks will have the greatest impact on my long-term goals? Write them down and tackle them first. 2. Use the Eisenhower Matrix daily. At the end of each day, review your tasks using the Eisenhower Matrix. Categorize them into urgent/important quadrants, and adjust your plan accordingly. 3. Implement time blocking. Schedule specific blocks of time for your priorities. Treat these blocks as non-negotiable appointments with yourself. 4. Minimize distractions. Turn off notifications, create a dedicated workspace, and use techniques like the Pomodoro method to stay focused. 5. Review weekly progress. At the end of each week, assess your accomplishments. Celebrate your wins, identify areas for improvement, and refine your approach for the week ahead. Remember, putting first things first is about more than just managing your schedule. It's about ensuring that your actions align with your deepest values and aspirations. As Stephen Covey wisely said, "The key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule but to schedule your priorities." Let this principle guide your daily decisions as you build a life of purpose and fulfillment. Chapter 4, Habit 4, Think Win-Win. Habit 4, Think Win-Win. This habit is about fostering relationships built on mutual benefit and collaboration. In a world often driven by competition and scarcity, adopting a win-win mindset can transform the way you interact with others, whether in your personal life or professional endeavors. In this chapter, we'll explore what it means to think win-win, why it's so powerful, and how you can apply this principle to build trust, resolve conflicts, and create lasting partnerships. By the end of this section, you'll have practical tools to approach every interaction with a mindset of abundance and cooperation. As John C. Maxwell, leadership expert and author, once said, "People may hear your words, but they feel your attitude." Let's dive into how a win-win attitude can elevate your relationships and outcomes. 1. What does win-win mean? Thinking win-win is about seeking solutions that benefit everyone involved, rather than approaching situations as zero-sum games where one person's gain is another's loss. It's a mindset rooted in abundance, the belief that there's enough success, resources, and opportunities for everyone. Win-win doesn't mean being a pushover or sacrificing your own needs. Instead, it's about finding creative solutions that satisfy both parties' interests. For example, in a negotiation, a win-win outcome might involve both sides compromising on certain points while gaining more significant value elsewhere. Let me share an analogy. Imagine 2 children fighting over an orange. Each child wants the entire orange for themselves, and neither is willing to share. A win-lose solution would be to split the orange in half, leaving both unsatisfied. A win-win solution, however, involves understanding why each child wants the orange. One child might need the juice, while the other wants the peel for baking. By addressing their underlying needs, both can walk away happy. This principle applies to all areas of life, from family dynamics to business partnerships. As Stephen Covey explained, win-win is a frame of mind and heart that constantly seeks mutual benefit in all human interactions. 2. The benefits of win-win thinking. Adopting a win-win mindset offers numerous benefits, both personally and professionally. Let's explore some of the most impactful advantages. Benefit 1. Building trust and stronger relationships. When people know you're committed to fairness and mutual benefit, they're more likely to trust and collaborate with you. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, and win-win thinking helps you nurture it naturally. For example, consider a manager who listens to their team's concerns and works with them to find solutions that benefit both the employees and the organization. This approach fosters loyalty, engagement, and a positive work culture. Benefit 2. Resolving conflicts effectively. Conflicts are inevitable, but a win-win mindset can turn them into opportunities for growth. Instead of focusing on blame or winning arguments, win-win thinkers prioritize understanding and problem-solving. Imagine a disagreement between two business partners about how to allocate resources. A win-win thinker would facilitate a conversation to identify shared goals and brainstorm creative solutions that address both partners' needs. Benefit 3. Creating long-term success. Win-win outcomes are sustainable because they leave everyone feeling valued and respected. Unlike win-lose solutions, which often lead to resentment or damaged relationships, win-win agreements set the stage for continued collaboration and success. As Zig Ziglar famously said, "You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want." When you focus on mutual benefit, you create a ripple effect of goodwill and opportunity. 3. How to practice win-win thinking in everyday life. Now that we understand the principles of win-win thinking, let's explore practical strategies to apply this mindset in your daily interactions. These techniques will help you build stronger relationships, resolve conflicts effectively, and create mutually beneficial outcomes. Strategy 1. Practice empathy and active listening. Win-win thinking starts with understanding the other person's perspective. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and see the situation from their point of view. Combine empathy with active listening, focusing fully on what the other person is saying without interrupting or judging, and you'll be better equipped to find solutions that work for everyone. For example, imagine a colleague expressing frustration about a project deadline. Instead of dismissing their concerns or insisting they meet the deadline regardless, take the time to listen actively. Ask questions like, "What challenges are you facing?" or, "How can I support you?" This approach not only builds trust but also opens the door to collaborative problem-solving. As Brené Brown, researcher and author of Dare to Lead, explains, empathy fuels connection, and connection fuels collaboration. Use empathy as your starting point for win-win interactions. Strategy 2. Focus on interests, not positions. In negotiations or conflicts, people often dig into rigid positions. "I want X," rather than exploring underlying interests. "Why do I want X?" A win-win thinker focuses on uncovering these deeper motivations and finding creative ways to address them. For instance, suppose you're negotiating a salary increase with your employer. Instead of simply demanding a higher number, explain your reasons. "I'm seeking growth opportunities and financial stability to contribute even more to the company's success." By framing your request around shared goals, you increase the chances of reaching a solution that benefits both parties. Strategy 3. Collaborate, don't compete. Competition has its place, but it's not always the best approach in relationships. When working with others, shift your mindset from, "How can I win?" to, "How can we both succeed?" Collaboration encourages creativity, innovation, and a sense of shared ownership. Consider a team brainstorming session. Instead of pushing for your idea at the expense of others, encourage open dialogue and invite diverse perspectives. You might discover a hybrid solution that incorporates the best elements of multiple ideas, a true win-win outcome. As Margaret Heffernan, author of Beyond Measure, said, "Collaboration isn't just about getting along, it's about creating something greater together than any one of us could achieve alone." Embrace collaboration as a path to mutual success. 4. Real-life example of win-win success. To illustrate the transformative power of win-win thinking, let's explore a real-life story that demonstrates how collaboration can lead to extraordinary results. This is the inspiring partnership between Apple and Nike. In the early 2000s, Apple was revolutionizing personal technology with the iPod, while Nike was dominating the athletic footwear industry. Both companies recognized an opportunity to combine their strengths and create something innovative, the Nike Plus iPod Sports Kit. The collaboration began with a simple question: how can we enhance the running experience for athletes? By integrating Nike's expertise in sports gear with Apple's cutting-edge technology, they created a product that allowed runners to track their performance seamlessly through their iPods. This partnership wasn't just a win-win for Apple and Nike. It was a win for consumers, who gained access to a groundbreaking tool that improved their fitness journeys. The success of the Nike Plus iPod Sports Kit paved the way for future collaborations and solidified both brands as leaders in innovation. What can we learn from this story? It's simple. When two parties come together with a shared vision and a commitment to mutual benefit, the possibilities are endless. As Steve Jobs once said during a joint press conference with Nike, "When two great brands collaborate, magic happens." Let this principle inspire your own win-win endeavors. 5. Overcoming common challenges and adopting a win-win mindset. While win-win thinking is powerful, it's not always easy to implement. Let's address some common challenges and how to overcome them. Challenge 1. Fear of losing out. Many people hesitate to adopt a win-win mindset because they fear sacrificing their own interests. To overcome this, remind yourself that win-win doesn't mean losing, it means expanding the pie so everyone gets a bigger slice. Shift your focus from scarcity to abundance. Challenge 2. Resistance from others. Sometimes, the other party may not share your commitment to win-win thinking. In such cases, lead by example. Demonstrate fairness, transparency, and a genuine desire to find common ground. Over time, your attitude may inspire them to reciprocate. Challenge 3. Lack of creativity in problem solving. Finding win-win solutions often requires thinking outside the box. If you're struggling to identify mutually beneficial options, involve a neutral third party, like a mediator, or brainstorm with others to generate fresh ideas. As Albert Einstein famously said, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." Approach challenges with an open mind and a willingness to innovate. 6. Action plan: how to start practicing win-win thinking today. Now that you understand the principles of win-win thinking, here's a practical action plan to help you integrate this habit into your life. 1. Start with small interactions. Begin practicing win-win thinking in everyday situations, such as conversations with family, friends, or colleagues. Look for opportunities to offer help or find compromises that satisfy everyone involved. 2. Ask powerful questions. During discussions or negotiations, ask questions like, "What does success look like for you?" Or, "How can we make this work for both of us?" These questions foster collaboration and uncover hidden needs. 3. Reflect on past conflicts. Think about recent disagreements or challenges. Could a win-win approach have led to a better outcome? Use these reflections to prepare for future interactions. 4. Celebrate mutual successes. When you achieve a win-win outcome, take a moment to acknowledge it. Celebrating these moments reinforces the value of cooperation and motivates you to continue practicing this mindset. 5. Seek feedback. Ask trusted friends, colleagues, or mentors for feedback on your ability to think win-win. Their insights can help you identify areas for improvement and refine your approach. Chapter 5. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This habit is about mastering the art of empathetic communication, a skill that lies at the heart of all meaningful relationships. In a world where everyone is eager to speak, being someone who truly listens can set you apart and transform the way you connect with others. In this chapter, we'll explore why listening matters, how to practice empathetic listening, and how this habit can strengthen your personal and professional relationships. By the end of this section, you'll have practical tools to become a better listener and communicator. As Stephen Covey wisely said, "Most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply." Let's dive into how you can break this cycle and create deeper connections through genuine understanding. 1. Why listening matters. Listening is one of the most underrated skills in human interaction. Many of us think we're good listeners, but in reality, we often fall into the trap of selective hearing, only paying attention to parts of the conversation that interest us, or worse, waiting for our turn to speak. Poor listening leads to misunderstandings, damaged relationships, and missed opportunities. On the other hand, empathetic listening fosters trust, resolves conflicts, and creates an environment where people feel valued and heard. Consider this. When was the last time someone truly listened to you without interrupting or judging? How did it make you feel? Chances are, it left a lasting impression. People crave understanding, and when you provide it, you build a foundation for strong, authentic relationships. As Carl Rogers, a pioneer in psychology, once said, "When someone really hears you without passing judgment on you, without trying to take responsibility for you, without trying to mold you, it feels damn good." Empathetic listening isn't just a skill, it's a gift you give to others. 2. The difference between hearing and listening. Before we delve into how to practice empathetic listening, let's clarify the difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is passive, it's the act of perceiving sound. For example, you might hear someone talking while your mind is elsewhere, thinking about what to say next. Listening, on the other hand, is active and intentional. It involves focusing fully on the speaker, processing their words, and understanding the emotions behind them. Empathetic listening goes even deeper. It's about stepping into the other person's shoes and seeing the world from their perspective. It's not just about understanding the content of their words, but also the feelings and motivations behind them. Imagine a friend sharing their struggles at work. A surface-level response might be, "That sounds tough." But an empathetic response would be, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed and unappreciated. Is there anything I can do to help?" The difference lies in your ability to connect emotionally, not just intellectually. As Maya Angelou famously said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Empathetic listening makes others feel seen, heard, and understood. 3. Techniques for practicing empathetic listening. Now that we understand why listening matters and the difference between hearing and truly understanding, let's explore practical techniques to practice empathetic listening. These strategies will help you become a better communicator and build deeper connections with others. Technique 1. Give your full attention. Empathetic listening starts with being fully present. Put away distractions, your phone, laptop, or any other interruptions, and focus entirely on the speaker. Maintain eye contact, nod occasionally, and use verbal cues like, "I see," or "go on," to show you're engaged. For example, imagine a colleague sharing their concerns about a project. Instead of multitasking or thinking about your response, give them your undivided attention. This simple act communicates respect and validates their feelings. As Deepak Chopra, author and spiritual teacher, once said, "Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity." By giving someone your full attention, you're offering them a gift they'll deeply appreciate. Technique 2. Listen without judging. One of the biggest barriers to empathetic listening is judgment. When we listen through the lens of our own biases or assumptions, we miss the speaker's true message. Instead, practice suspending judgment and approaching conversations with an open mind. For instance, if a friend expresses frustration about a decision they made, resist the urge to criticize or offer unsolicited advice. Instead, say something like, "It sounds like you're feeling conflicted about this. Can you tell me more about what's going on?" This creates a safe space for them to share openly. Technique 3. Reflect and paraphrase. To ensure you've understood the speaker correctly, reflect back what you've heard in your own words. For example, "So what I'm hearing is that you feel stuck because you're not sure which direction to take next. Is that right?" Paraphrasing not only clarifies misunderstandings but also shows the speaker that you're genuinely trying to understand their perspective. It's a powerful way to deepen trust and connection. Technique 4. Ask open-ended questions. Instead of asking yes/no questions, use open-ended questions to encourage the speaker to elaborate. For example, "How did that situation make you feel?" Or, "What's been the hardest part for you?" These questions invite the speaker to share more deeply and help you gain a fuller understanding of their experience. As Oprah Winfrey, renowned talk show host and media mogul, once said, "Great conversations are built on great questions." Use curiosity as a tool to foster meaningful dialogue. 4. Real-life example of empathetic listening. To illustrate the transformative power of empathetic listening, let's explore a real-life story that demonstrates how understanding others can lead to extraordinary outcomes. This is the inspiring story of a school principal named Dr. Joe Clark, whose leadership turned around a failing high school in New Jersey. When Dr. Clark took over Eastside High School in Paterson, it was plagued by violence, low academic performance, and a lack of discipline. Many people expected him to impose strict rules and punishments immediately. But instead, he chose to listen. Dr. Clark spent his first weeks at the school meeting with students, teachers, and parents. He listened to their frustrations, fears, and hopes for the future. Through these conversations, he discovered that many students felt abandoned by the system and lacked motivation because they didn't believe in their own potential. Armed with this understanding, Dr. Clark implemented programs to address the root causes of the school's problems. He created mentorship initiatives, provided resources for struggling students, and worked tirelessly to rebuild trust within the community. His empathetic approach transformed Eastside High into a model of success, proving that listening is the foundation of effective leadership. What can we learn from Dr. Clark's story? It's simple. When you seek first to understand, you uncover solutions that others might overlook. Empathy isn't just a soft skill, it's a catalyst for change. As Dr. Clark famously said, "Discipline without love is tyranny. Love without discipline is chaos." By combining empathy with action, he achieved remarkable results. 5. Overcoming common pitfalls in communication. While empathetic listening is powerful, it's not always easy to practice consistently. Let's address some common pitfalls and how to overcome them. Pitfall 1. Interrupting. Interrupting sends a clear message. What I have to say is more important than what you're saying. To avoid this, practice patience. Wait until the speaker has finished their thought before responding. Pitfall 2. Offering unsolicited advice. Many people jump straight to problem solving when someone shares their struggles. While intentions may be good, this approach often invalidates the speaker's feelings. Instead, ask, "Would you like advice, or do you just need someone to listen?" Pitfall 3. Assuming you know what they mean. We often assume we understand someone based on past experiences or stereotypes. To avoid miscommunication, clarify by asking, "Can you explain what you mean by that?" As Stephen Covey reminds us, seek first to understand, then to be understood. By prioritizing understanding, you lay the groundwork for effective communication. 6. Action plan: how to master empathetic listening today. Now that you understand the principles of empathetic listening, here's a practical action plan to help you integrate this habit into your daily life. 1. Practice active listening daily. Start small by practicing active listening in everyday conversations, with family, friends, or colleagues. Focus on being fully present and avoiding distractions. 2. Reflect back what you hear. After someone shares their thoughts, paraphrase their message to confirm your understanding. For example, "It sounds like you're saying." 3. Ask open-ended questions. Cultivate curiosity by asking questions that encourage deeper sharing. Avoid yes/no questions and focus on understanding the why behind their words. 4. Pause before responding. When someone finishes speaking, take a moment to process what they've said before replying. This pause shows respect and ensures your response is thoughtful. 5. Seek feedback. Ask trusted individuals how you can improve as a listener. Their insights can help you identify blind spots and refine your approach. As Stephen Covey wisely said, "The deepest craving of human nature is the need to be appreciated." By listening with empathy, you fulfill this fundamental human need and pave the way for deeper, more meaningful connections. Chapter 6. Habit 6. Synergize. In this chapter, we'll explore what synergy truly means, why it's so powerful, and how you can foster a synergistic mindset in your personal and professional life. By the end of this section, you'll have practical tools to harness the collective potential of groups and create innovative solutions that benefit everyone involved. As Aristotle once said, "The whole is greater than the sum of its parts." Let's dive into how synergy can elevate your relationships, projects, and outcomes. 1. What is synergy? Synergy occurs when two or more people work together in harmony, leveraging their unique strengths to achieve a shared goal. It's not just cooperation, It's collaboration at its highest level, where creativity flourishes and innovation thrives. Think of synergy as a symphony orchestra. Each musician plays their part, whether it's the violinist, the cellist, or the percussionist, but the true magic lies in how their individual contributions blend together to create a masterpiece. Similarly, synergy in teams happens when diverse perspectives, skills, and ideas come together to produce results that no single person could achieve alone. For example, consider the partnership between Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, co-founders of Apple. Jobs brought visionary thinking and marketing genius, while Wozniak contributed technical expertise and engineering brilliance. Together, they revolutionized the tech industry by combining their complementary strengths, a perfect example of synergy in action. As Peter Senge, author of The Fifth Discipline, explains, synergy is the spirit of community, the sense that we're all in this together. When synergy takes root, it transforms individuals into a cohesive unit working toward a common purpose. 2. The benefits of synergy. Adopting a synergistic mindset offers numerous benefits, both personally and professionally. Let's explore some of the most impactful advantages. Benefit 1. Unlocking creativity and innovation. When people collaborate with open minds, they spark new ideas and approaches that wouldn't emerge in isolation. Synergy encourages brainstorming, experimentation, and out-of-the-box thinking. For instance, imagine a team tasked with developing a new product. By pooling their expertise and challenging each other's assumptions, they might discover a groundbreaking solution that none of them could have conceived individually. Benefit 2. Building stronger relationships. Synergy fosters trust, respect, and mutual appreciation among team members. When people feel valued for their contributions, they're more likely to collaborate effectively and support one another. Consider a sports team where every player relies on their teammates to succeed. Whether it's passing the ball, defending the goal, or cheering from the sidelines, synergy creates a sense of unity and camaraderie that drives performance. Benefit 3. Achieving greater impact. By combining resources, skills, and efforts, synergy allows groups to tackle larger challenges and achieve more significant results. It's the reason why organizations, movements, and communities accomplish feats far beyond the reach of any single individual. As Helen Keller famously said, "Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much." Synergy amplifies impact and turns ambitious visions into reality. 3. How to foster synergy in teams and relationships. Now that we understand the principles of synergy, let's explore practical strategies to cultivate it in your daily interactions. These techniques will help you build stronger teams, resolve conflicts, and unlock creative potential. Strategy 1. Encourage open dialogue. Synergy thrives on transparency and open communication. Create an environment where everyone feels comfortable sharing their ideas, asking questions, and expressing concerns without fear of judgment. For example, during team meetings, invite input from quieter members who may hesitate to speak up. Ask questions like, "What's your perspective on this?" or "How would you approach the problem?" Valuing diverse opinions enriches discussions and leads to better outcomes. Strategy 2. Embrace diversity of thought. Diversity isn't just about backgrounds or experiences, it's also about different ways of thinking. Synergy emerges when people bring unique viewpoints to the table and challenge conventional wisdom. Instead of dismissing unconventional ideas, encourage exploration. Say things like, "That's an interesting angle, let's explore it further." Even if the idea doesn't pan out, the process of examining it often sparks new insights. Strategy 3. Focus on shared goals. To foster synergy, ensure everyone is aligned around a common purpose. When team members understand how their roles contribute to the bigger picture, they're more motivated to collaborate and support one another. For instance, a project manager might remind their team, "Our goal is to deliver a product that exceeds customer expectations. Every decision we make should reflect that vision." Clarity of purpose unites efforts and minimizes conflicts. Strategy 4. Celebrate collective success. When synergy produces positive results, take time to celebrate as a group. Acknowledge individual contributions, but emphasize the collective effort that made success possible. For example, after completing a challenging project, host a team celebration or send a thank you note highlighting everyone's role. These gestures reinforce the value of collaboration and inspire continued teamwork. As John Wooden, legendary basketball coach, once said, "Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships." Let this principle guide your approach to synergy. 4. Real-life example of synergistic success. To illustrate the transformative power of synergy, let's explore a real-life story that demonstrates how collaboration can lead to extraordinary achievements. This is the inspiring journey of Pixar Animation Studios, renowned for its groundbreaking films like Toy Story, Finding Nemo, and Inside Out. Pixar's success is rooted in its culture of synergy. The studio brings together artists, writers, animators, and technologists to collaborate on every film. Instead of working in silos, these teams engage in constant dialogue, sharing feedback and refining ideas until they achieve perfection. One notable example is the creation of Up, a film that combines humor, adventure, and heartfelt emotion. During production, the team faced challenges balancing the whimsical storyline with deeper themes of loss and connection. Through collaborative brainstorming sessions, they found creative ways to weave these elements seamlessly into the narrative. Ed Catmull, co-founder of Pixar, attributes the studio's success to its commitment to synergy. Getting the right people in the room, fostering trust, and encouraging candid feedback are key to making great movies. By embracing diversity of thought and prioritizing shared goals, Pixar has redefined storytelling in animation. What can we learn from Pixar's story? It's simple. When people unite around a common vision and leverage their unique strengths, the possibilities are limitless. 5. Overcoming barriers to synergy. While synergy is powerful, it's not always easy to achieve. Let's address some common barriers and how to overcome them. Barrier 1: Ego and resistance. Sometimes, individuals resist collaboration because they fear losing control or recognition. To overcome this, emphasize the value of collective success over individual accolades. Remind team members that synergy benefits everyone. Barrier 2: Lack of trust. Trust is the foundation of synergy. If team members don't trust one another, they're unlikely to share openly or collaborate effectively. Build trust by fostering open communication, honoring commitments, and resolving conflicts constructively. Barrier 3: Misaligned goals. Without a clear shared purpose, synergy falters. Ensure everyone understands the team's objectives and how their contributions fit into the larger mission. Regularly revisit goals to maintain alignment. As Stephen Covey wisely said, "Synergy is better than my way or your way. It's our way." By focusing on our way, you create a fertile ground for collaboration. 6. Action plan: How to start practicing synergy today. Now that you understand the principles of synergy, here's a practical action plan to help you integrate this habit into your life. 1. Start small with collaborative projects. Begin practicing synergy in small group settings, such as family tasks, volunteer work, or team projects. Look for opportunities to combine strengths and solve problems together. 2. Encourage diverse perspectives. Actively seek input from others, especially those with different backgrounds or viewpoints. Use phrases like, "I'd love to hear your thoughts on this." 3. Celebrate team efforts. Recognize and reward collaborative achievements. Highlight how individual contributions added up to a greater outcome. 4. Foster trust and respect. Build strong relationships by being reliable, transparent, and supportive. Trust is the glue that holds synergistic teams together. 5. Reflect on your role. After collaborative efforts, ask yourself, how did I contribute to synergy? What could I improve next time? Continuous reflection enhances your ability to collaborate effectively. As Margaret Mead, cultural anthropologist, famously said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." By fostering synergy, you become part of that transformative power. Chapter 7, Habit 7, Sharpen the Saw. Habit 7, sharpen the saw. This habit is about renewal, the continuous process of improving and maintaining balance across all dimensions of your life. Just as a dull saw struggles to cut through wood, an unbalanced or neglected self cannot perform at its best. In this chapter, we'll explore the 4 dimensions of renewal: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, and how you can nurture each one to sustain long-term growth and success. By the end of this section, you'll have practical tools to create a sustainable routine that keeps you sharp, energized, and aligned with your goals. As Abraham Lincoln once said, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe." Let's dive into how you can sharpen your own saw to achieve lasting effectiveness. 1. The 4 dimensions of renewal. Renewal isn't just about resting, it's about intentional practices that enhance your well-being and performance. Stephen Covey identified 4 key dimensions of renewal, each representing a vital aspect of your life. Let's explore them in detail. Dimension 1. Physical renewal. Physical renewal focuses on taking care of your body through exercise, nutrition, and rest. A healthy body provides the energy and resilience needed to tackle life's challenges. For example, regular exercise not only improves physical health but also boosts mood and cognitive function. Similarly, eating nutritious foods fuels your brain and body, while adequate sleep restores your energy and focus. To practice physical renewal, incorporate habits like exercising for 30 minutes daily, e.g., walking, yoga, or strength training. Eating balanced meals rich in whole foods. Prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. As Jim Rohn, motivational speaker, once said, "Take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live." Your physical health is the foundation of everything else you do. Dimension 2. Mental renewal. Mental renewal involves activities that stimulate your mind and expand your knowledge. Reading, learning new skills, and solving problems keep your brain sharp and adaptable. For instance, reading books or listening to educational podcasts exposes you to new ideas and perspectives. Learning a new language, instrument, or hobby challenges your brain and fosters creativity. To practice mental renewal, try setting aside time each day for reading or learning. Solving puzzles or playing strategy games to enhance critical thinking. Reflecting on your experiences and lessons learned. As Albert Einstein famously said, "Once you stop learning, you start dying." Lifelong learning keeps your mind agile and curious. Dimension 3. Emotional renewal. Emotional renewal focuses on cultivating positive emotions and managing stress. Practices like gratitude, mindfulness, and meaningful connections help you maintain emotional balance. For example, keeping a gratitude journal allows you to reflect on the positives in your life, even during tough times. Practicing mindfulness, through meditation or deep breathing, helps reduce stress and improve focus. Building strong relationships provides emotional support and fulfillment. To practice emotional renewal, consider writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Meditating for 5 to 10 minutes to center yourself. Spending quality time with loved ones who uplift you. As Maya Angelou wisely said, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, and how you can still come out of it." Emotional renewal empowers you to rise stronger after setbacks. Dimension 4. Spiritual renewal. Spiritual renewal involves connecting with your inner values, purpose, and sense of meaning. Whether through religion, nature, art, or personal reflection, this dimension grounds you in what truly matters. For instance, spending time in nature can inspire awe and perspective. Engaging in creative pursuits like painting or writing allows you to express your inner world. Reflecting on your mission statement reinforces your alignment with your deepest values. To practice spiritual renewal, try meditating or praying to connect with your inner self. Spending time outdoors to recharge and gain clarity. Journaling about your purpose and how you're living it. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The future depends on what you do today." Spiritual renewal ensures your actions align with your highest aspirations. 2. Examples of balanced renewal in action. To illustrate the power of renewal, let's explore a real-life story that demonstrates how balancing these dimensions can lead to extraordinary results. This is the inspiring journey of Oprah Winfrey, media mogul and philanthropist. Oprah attributes much of her success to her commitment to renewal. Despite her demanding schedule, she prioritizes practices that nurture her physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. For physical renewal, Oprah maintains a consistent fitness routine, including workouts with her trainer and healthy eating habits. For mental renewal, she reads voraciously and surrounds herself with mentors and thought leaders. For emotional renewal, she practices gratitude daily and builds deep connections with friends and colleagues. For spiritual renewal, she meditates regularly and reflects on her purpose to guide her decisions. What can we learn from Oprah's story? It's simple: success isn't sustainable without renewal. By investing in herself across all dimensions, Oprah has maintained her energy, creativity, and impact over decades. 3. Overcoming barriers to renewal. While renewal is essential, it's not always easy to prioritize. Let's address some common barriers and how to overcome them. Barrier 1. Lack of time. Many people struggle to find time for renewal amidst busy schedules. To overcome this, treat renewal as non-negotiable, just like eating or sleeping. Start small by dedicating 10 to 15 minutes daily to renewal activities. Barrier 2. Feeling selfish. Some people hesitate to prioritize renewal because they feel guilty for focusing on themselves. Remember, renewal isn't selfish, it's necessary. Taking care of yourself enables you to serve others more effectively. Barrier 3. Inconsistency. Building renewal habits requires consistency. Use tools like habit trackers or accountability partners to stay on track. Celebrate small wins to stay motivated. As Aristotle once said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. Make renewal a daily habit. 4. Action plan: how to practice renewal today. Now that you understand the principles of renewal, here's a practical action plan to help you integrate this habit into your life. 1. Create a daily renewal routine. Dedicate specific times each day to activities that renew your body, mind, emotions, and spirit. For example, morning exercise, midday reading, evening gratitude journaling, and nightly meditation. 2. Schedule weekly reflection. Set aside time each week to reflect on your progress and adjust your renewal practices as needed. Ask yourself, am I feeling balanced and energized? 3. Prioritize sleep. Treat sleep as a cornerstone of renewal. Establish a calming bedtime routine and stick to consistent sleep and wake times. 4. Engage in creative pursuits. Explore hobbies or activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, whether it's painting, gardening, or playing music. 5. Connect with nature. Spend time outdoors weekly to recharge and gain perspective. Even a short walk in the park can boost your mood and clarity. Audiobook conclusion. As we come to the end of the 7 most important habits of successful people, let's take a moment to recap the key lessons that will empower you to transform your life. Habit 1. Be proactive. Take responsibility for your life and focus on what you can control. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Define your vision and align your actions with your long-term goals. Habit 3. Put first things first. Prioritize tasks that matter most and eliminate distractions. Habit 4. Think win-win. Build relationships based on mutual benefit and collaboration. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Master empathetic listening to deepen connections. Habit 6. Synergize. Harness the power of teamwork and creativity to achieve extraordinary results. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Renew yourself across physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual dimensions to sustain growth. These habits are not just principles, they're practices that, when applied consistently, can help you unlock your full potential and create a life of purpose, balance, and fulfillment. Now that you've gained these timeless insights, it's time to put them into action. Remember, success is not a destination, it's a journey. Every small step you take toward applying these habits brings you closer to the life you desire. Be patient with yourself. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with persistence and dedication, you'll see incredible transformations in your personal and professional life. As you move forward, keep these words from Vince Lombardi in mind. The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have. Use these habits as tools to make the most of what you have, and watch your life flourish. I believe in you. You have the power to create the future you envision. So, take that first step today, whether it's writing your mission statement, prioritizing your day, or simply listening more deeply to someone you care about. The journey begins now. Thank you for joining me on this wisdom journey through the 7 most important habits of successful people. Your time and attention mean the world to me, and I'm honored to have shared these insights with you. If you found value in this audiobook, I'd be incredibly grateful if you could support Wisdom Audiobooks by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue creating content that inspires and empowers people around the globe. And remember, your feedback matters. Let us know what you thought of this audiobook, what resonated with you, what challenged you, and how we can improve. Together, we can build a community dedicated to growth, learning, and success. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final quote from Mahatma Gandhi. The future depends on what you do today. Every choice you make, every habit you cultivate, shapes the person you're becoming. So, go out there and live with intention. Embrace these habits, apply them daily, and watch as they transform your life in ways you never imagined. Thank you once again for being part of this journey. Until next time, stay inspired, stay proactive, and keep sharpening your saw. Your wisdom journey starts here, and it never truly ends.